Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So allow me to introduce myself, although most of you uh, know me already. So I am Mark Kennedy Diwayan from the College of Criminal Justice Education, Kalinga State University. So the topic that I will be discussing to you is other juvenile delinquency and juvenile justice system, which is usually under criminal sociology as one of the area in taking the criminology licensure examination. So for the topic outline, we are going to define child, the concept of child, definition and classification of child. Second is the juvenile delinquency. Under this, we are going to define juvenile delinquency and juvenile delinquency. And the last one, the theories of crime causation. So, uh, for the basic concept of juvenile delinquency, we are going to define who is a child. How do we define child? Based on the legal parameters of the Philippine jurisprudence, child is defined as any person, meaning it's either a boy or a girl. It could be also a minor, and uh, child is also refers to a youth. It starts from infancy to adolescence, and likewise, any person who is aging from 1 year old to 18 years of age. So they are considered child. Well, that is under the law, specifically Republic Act 9344. But before that, PD 603 was already exists. It was enacted by Republic Act 9344. And child also includes infants and even unborn children. Your civil rights, according to the civil codes, your rights starts. So doon nagsisimula yung civil rights mo, kahit infants and even unborn children. Or civil rights of children are already given to these children. Okay, so what are the categories of child? So take note, a child is a person who is below 18 years of age. Under PD 603, a minor or a youth, any person below 18 years old, a boy or a girl, at any age between infancy and adolescence. However, the law includes infants and even unborn children. Another is a person who is below 18 years old or those over but unable to fully take care of themselves from abuse, neglect, cruelty, exploitation, or discrimination because of physical and mental disability or condition. Then they are considered as a child. That is under the PD 603 and Republic. It was enacted by Republic Act 9344. Okay, so let's talk about the categories of child. First is we have the dependent child. So dependent child is a person who is without a parent, guardian, or custodian, or whose parents, guardian, or custodian for good cause desires to be relieved of its care and custody, and it's dependent upon the public for support. Ito yung child na kaya niya ng tulungan ang kanyang sarili. So hindi niya na kailangan ang tulong ng parent, guardian, or custodian. So, another categories of child is abandoned child. Abandoned child is a person who has no proper parental care or guardianship, or whose parents or guardian has deserted him for a period of at least 6 continuous months. Ayan. So that is abandoned child. No proper parental care or guardianship. Next is neglected child. Neglected child is a person whose basic needs have been deliberately unattended to or inadequately attended to physically or emotionally by his parents or guardian. Ano ba yung mga basic needs? Ito yung clothes, mga pagkain, tawag dito, yung emotional needs. Yan. So that is, if those are intentionally unattended, then it was, or you can consider that as a neglected child. Next, physical neglect. So, physical neglect, it occurs when the child is malnourished, ill-clad, and without proper shelter. So, physical neglect. You can consider a child if pag nakita nyo siyang malnourished, ill-clad, without proper shelter, yan. Usually, yung mga nakikita natin sa mga bangketa, mga namamalimos, natutulog sa gilid ng kalsada. So, that is a physical neglect child. It is under neglected child. And another types of neglected child is we have emotional neglect. Of course, kapag meron tayong physical, then we have also an unemotional neglect. So, it occurs when a child is raped, seduced, maltreated, exploited, overworked, or made to work under streets or public places, or when placed in moral danger or exposed to drugs, alcohol, gambling, prostitution, and other vices. So those are usually an status offense. So, status offense, the example is, yan, yung mga gambling, alcohol. So, usually, yan yung mga offense committed by minors, committed by juvenile, committed by child. Then, you are, you can consider that as a child or juvenile delinquency. And then next is disabled child. So it includes mentally retarded, physically handicapped, emotionally disturbed, mentally ill children, children with cerebral palsy, and those inflicted with similar inflictions. So those child suffering from mental yung ito yung mga taong may something like that, ganun. So disabled child. Then we have also under disabled child we have mentally retarded child. A person who is socially incompetent. Yan. Pag sinabi natin socially incompetent, hindi siya sociable. That is socially inadequate. Hindi siya sociable, occupationally incompetent, and unable to manage his own affairs. So, you can consider mentally retarded child if it is mentally subnormal, intellectually retarded from birth or early age, retarded at maturity, mental deficient as a result of constitutional origin through heredity or diseases. So pag sinabi kasi nating retarded, ito yung slow, yung undeveloped mentality of a child. Next is we have physically handicapped child. Yan. A person who is crippled, deaf mute, or otherwise suffers from a defect which restricts his means of action or communication with others. So, usually, nung bata kayo, pag meron kayong nakikitang deaf mute, tinatawanan nyo pa, diba? So, those are a child under disabled child which is physically handicapped child. Another is emotionally disturbed child. A person who, although not afflicted with insanity or mental defect, is unable to maintain normal social relation with others and the community in general due to emotional problem or complexes. So, meron yung mga pag meron nakita na hindi maganda sa kanya, yung madali siyang naiiyak, masasaktan, then that is emotionally disturbed child. Another is mentally ill child. Yan. So, a person who have behavior disorder, whether functional or organic, which is of such a degree of severity as to require professional help or hospitalization. Yan. So, like for example, yung mga nakikita natin sa mga institution, Bahay Pag-asa, or usually it's back sa tawag dito, dyan sa Cagayan, sa Harig. Yan. So, suffering from mental or mentally ill child. Another is commitment or surrender of child, which is under the classification of child. So, commitment or surrender of a child is the legal act of entrusting a child to the care of the department or any duly licensed child placement or child caring agency or individual by the court, parent, or guardian. Ano ba yung mga department? Which is, you can entrust your child. So, yan. Sabi ko kanina, Bahay Pag-asa. Ano pa? Sa Bahay Ampunan. Yan. Which is under the DSWD. or any duly licensed child placement. So that is commitment or surrender of child. Legal act of entrusting. Take note with that. Okay? Kasi meron din tayong involuntarily committed child. So, involuntarily means a person whose parents have been permanently and judicially deprived of parental authority due to abandonment. So, pag sinabi natin deprived of parental authority, of course, dadaan yan sa assessment. Who can assess? The court or the DSWD. If they assess that the parent cannot protect, give shelter, pag nakita, assess ng DSWD, then yun na, involuntarily committed child. Substantial, continuous or repeated neglect, abuse or incompetence to discharge parental responsibility. Yan. Tinatanggal na yung parental responsibility or the parental authority due to yan, yung sinabi ko kanina, abandonment, substantial, continuous or repeated neglect, abuse or incompetence. Yan. Then, of course, if we have involuntarily, then we have also voluntarily. Yan. A person whose parents knowingly and willingly, yan, knowingly and willingly relinquish parental authority to the department or any duly licensed child placement or child carrying agency or individual. They are the parent and willing silang ilagay sila, for example, bahay ampunan. Willing silang ibigay sa bahay ampunan. That is voluntarily committed child. Yan. So, of course, we have also child placing or child placement agency. So, ito yung mga sinasabi ko kanina na any duly licensed child placement or any department which is owned by the government or individual or private child caring placement or caring agency. So that is child placing or child placement agency. Refers to a private non-profit institution or government agency duly licensed and accredited by the department to provide comprehensive child welfare services. Pag sinabi ng welfare services, ito yung para sa ikabubuti ng mga committed, involuntary or voluntarily committed child, including but not limited to receiving application for adoption or foster care, evaluating the prospective adoptive or foster parents, and preparing the home study report. So that is child placing or child placement agency. Another is, of course, we have the child caring agency. Ito yung mga private, non-profit institution or government agency duly licensed and accredited by the department that provides 24 hours residential care services for abandoned, orphan, neglected, involuntarily or voluntarily committed children. So, 24 hours. Yun ang pagkaiba ng child placing or child placement agency dun sa child caring agency. Of course, after 24 hours or after 1 day, they are going to turn over the child to the proper placement. Then, of course, we have also guardian ad litem. A person appointed by the court where the case is pending for a child sought to be committed to protect his best interest. That is a Latin word, guardian ad litem. Doon tine-turn over, doon ini-entrust yung bata. So, ang tawag sa kanya is guardian ad litem. Then we have also CICL. CICL stands for Child in Conflict with the Law. Pag sinabi natin child in conflict with the law, a person who at the time of the commission of the offense is below 18 years of age but not less than 9 years of age. Then, we have also age of criminal responsibility. Yan. Ito yung pinaka important part, no? Age of criminal responsibility. So, it is the age when a child who is above 15 but below 18 years of age commits offense with discernment. Pag sinabi natin with discernment, she or he is aware doon sa kanyang ginawa. Ayan. So, that is why age of criminal responsibility. Ito yung mga binibigyan pansin ng mga authority, yung mga law enforcer. Kasi, alam na nila ang kanilang ginagawa. Yan. Then, we have the discernment. Yan. Yan ang sabi ko kanina. Act or age commits an offense with discernment. Pag sinabi ng discernment, it refers to the mental capacity to understand the difference between right and wrong and its consequence. Yan. Then we have restorative justice. It is the principle that requires a process of resolving conflicts with the maximum involvement of the victim, the offender, and then the community. So, they're going to decide whether the child or the CICM will undergo intervention program or diversion program. So that is restorative justice. They are the one who process. Then we have Youth Detention Center, which is one of the child placing. It refers to a government-owned or operated agency providing rehabilitative facilities where the child in conflict with the law may be physically restricted pending court disposition of the charge against him. Then, that is Youth Detention Center. While, pag sinabi ng detention, doon muna siya pansamantala nakatira while the court try to hear and judge the charge against the child or charge against him. Pansamantala, doon siya muna nakatira. Then that is Youth Detention Center. So that is, those are the categories of children. And those are the important terminologies under this subject, juvenile delinquency and juvenile justice system. Now, so we are now going to define juvenile. Juvenile is a child or a young person who under the legal system may be dealt with for an offense in a manner different from that of an adult. Ano ibig sabihin ng may be dealt with for an offense in a manner different from that of an adult? So, ibig sabihin, if the crime committed if the crime committed is committed by a young person, and this crime is not punishable if committed by an adult. In short, yan, dito sa nowadays, we have the pandemic. Yan, may mga protocol. So, ano ba yung mga dapat lumabas or pwedeng magbiyahe, di ba? Meron tayong protocol, di ba, na sinusunod. So, 18 below, 18 ba? Or 21? 18 years of age below are not allowed to travel. Yan. If they found out that nag-travel ka, then that is an offense committed by minor. And if the person nag-travel siya pero yung age niya is 19 above, yan, yun ang ibig sabihin ng offense in a manner different from that of an adult. Later on, pag-usapan natin yung mga status offense which is committed by juvenile. Yan. Juvenile, these are young people regarded as mature or one whose mental as well as emotional facilities are not fully developed. Ibig sabihin, kapag sinabi natin immature or one whose mental as well as emotional facilities are not fully developed, so kahit 19, 20, 21, kapag immature ka or one whose mental hindi pa fully developed, then you are considered juvenile, making them incapable of taking full responsibility of their action. Then they are considered juvenile. So juvenile is a person subject to juvenile court proceeding because a statutory defined event or condition caused by or affecting that person was alleged to have occurred while his or her age was below the statutory specified age limit or original description of juvenile court. So, under the original description of juvenile court, the age limit is we have the age of criminal responsibility 15 but below 18 years of age. But it was enacted by Republic Act 10164. The age of criminal responsibility is from Republic Act 10630, an act strengthening the Republic Act 9344. Yan. Doon yung makikita yung age of criminal responsibility. Binaba. Kasi alam nyo naman ngayon, di ba? Usually, yung mga nai-involve sa mga karumal-dumal na krimen is mga minor de edad. Mga 9 years old, may nananaksak na, 12 years old. Kaya binaba yung age of criminal responsibility. That is juvenile. And how about delinquency? So delinquency refers to the failure to perform an act required by law. So these are the act that should be abide. So like for example, in Tabuk City, we have a city ordinance. Ngayon, sa pandemic, meron tayong curfew hours, di ba? Pag hindi sinunod ng bata or a young person, then that is failure to perform an act required by law. That is delinquency. Or non-performance of duty or obligation that is mandated by existing law or rule, and it is considered delinquency. So, the example of this is uh, running away from home. Yan. What else? Escape from class. So those are delinquency. Delinquency refers to any action, course, or conduct that deviate from act approved by the majority of the people. It is a description of acts that do not conform to the accepted rules. Yan. Do not conform to the accepted rules, norms, and mores of the society. Of course, in every society, like for example, in our province, Kalinga, meron tayong mga in every tribe may mga rules, mga norms, mores, which is yun yung mga pagkakaiba. Kapag pumunta ka sa ibang tribe, you should respect their culture, their tradition. Yan. If you violate it, then that is considered delinquency. Delinquency refers to any misconduct or misbehavior that is tantamount to a felony or an offense. Of course, if you commit misconduct, then the consequence is it's considered as felony or an offense. Then that is delinquency. So distinct from crime in the sense that the former may be in the form of violation of law or ordinance or rule, but is punishable only by a small fine or short-term imprisonment or both. So that is delinquency. But usually, kapag ang involved is child, dadaan, turn over agad yan sa mga parents or the department or the authorized or guardian. Kaya nga, kapag mayroon kayong napapansin nyo, kapag mayroon kayong pinifill up, if you are underage or under the majority age, naglalagay kayo ng guardian. Kung sino, para dun or sila yung kinokontak in terms of kapag may problema. Yan. So that is delinquency. And how about juvenile delinquency? Yan. Used to describe a large number of disapproved behavior of children or youths. In the sense, anything that the youth does which other do not like is called juvenile delinquency. Any action or conduct of children or youth that are not conventional or not normally accepted by the people. Likewise, refers to any misbehavior or defiant behavior committed by children, such as those minor offenses or misdemeanors or those acts defined by juvenile codes or laws. Yan. Children offenses typically include delinquent acts which will be considered as offense if committed by adult. So that is the juvenile delinquency. Okay, so thank you for listening, and once again, stay safe and God bless.